this look, we are going a little more dramatic. We're going to kind of amp her up here a bit. We're going to do something very rock and roll, very, very hip, very cool, very sexy, very dark. So we're going to start off with Caviar Cream Liner. It's the best way to start off doing a really deep, dark, smoky eye. So we're going to lay it down with number 15 brush. You're going to see I'm going to start at the lash line again. I'm going to really, really, really just bang it up a notch here. So over the lid, starting at the lash line, blending up. This we're moving almost all the way into the crease. I'm not going to take it all the way over the entire lid because we're going to go gold in the inner eye here. So I'm just going to take the caviar and just really just lay it on the lid. The one major tip, and that's something that you learn as an artist, any woman can take home, is that you should barely feel the pressure of your hand. So when you're working the product on your own lid, if you're feeling your hand and the pressure, you're putting too much on. That is the tip. It's barely touching the eye. You wouldn't believe, especially with cream liner, the pliability of the product. You get so much more if you use a light hand. I really want to amp it up. We're going to go dark on this look. So I'm going to go to our blackout shadow, and it's a matte shadow, so there's no shimmer. So you're going to get a really, really dark, impacted lid. So I am going to use our number 10 brush. And again, I'm going to start in the lash line. I'm just going to basically apply over the cream liner that I just applied, but I'm just going to intensify the lid and get it really, really, really dark. When you're doing a really, really dark eye, it's kind of key to start with the eyes and then move to the skin afterwards because you get a lot of fallout. So if you see I'm using the end of the brush and I'm really just kind of shaping her eye. Look at that, insane. So going back to number 20 brush, it's an artist's favorite. I'm going to take cream liner and I'm going to go underneath her lash line. So number 20 brush, cream liner and caviar, I'm going to have her look up, so go ahead and look up. And I'm going to drag that liner in the lash line, keep it thicker at the ends. Always start at the outer corner because that's your initial deposit of color. So you're going to have a lot of product on your brush when you start in the outer corner, so that's going to be your deepest amount of color. Then you're going to fade the color in. Gradually fades into the lash line and kind of eventually disappears. So we're not encasing her whole entire eye. For a cat eye, you want to stop midway, like about right there, so you get that kind of lift. So it goes from thinner to thicker and fuller at the end. Now, to give her that smolder underneath, again, the same technique with the beveled brush, number 15. At the corner of the brush, I kind of load up the product. I load up our blackout shadow, which is a matte shade. At the end of the brush, I start from the outer corner of the eye and work in. Following in, just basically setting the cream liner so she has that nice, dark, deep fade all the way in. We're going to use our number 20 brush with Jet Set Midnight Black. And we're just going to work in small sections. And it's okay if it fuzzes down into the lash line. So I'm going to take this all the way through and make sure that it tapers in. Now for this look, I made sure it was okay for me to smudge it down into the lash line in the outer corner. But as I moved the product into her inner eye, I made sure that it tapered in and didn't smudge too much into her lash line. So you get that nice kind of clean effect. And then I always connect right there so you have a nice finished look. So it encases the eye. You know, we want to do something to, give it a little edge. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to 24 karat, which is a very, very vibrant gold shade. So we're going to take number 15 brush again and deposit the color right in that inner corner. And what it's going to do is going to create a lot of contrast. We're going to use Bionic. I personally like doing mascara with eyes closed because it coats bottom and top lashes. So I go ahead and get really in the root of the lash and I wiggle and move back and forth so I'm coating everything up. And then always making sure I'll pull the outer corner of the eye at the edge of the brow and make sure to coat up those lashes there. Because there's a lot of lash at the outer corner of the eye that women miss. They'll coat their lashes and they forget those outer corners, and that's what actually lifts the eye. General rule, when you're ever doing a smoky eye, the skin has to be immaculate. I don't mean full coverage. I mean the skin has to be perfected, because when you have a lot of darkness or color on the eye, it can emphasize dark circles, it can emphasize blemishes. When you want a dramatic, really sultry eye, the skin has to be perfect, so the focus is on the eyes. You're not looking at something else, you're just looking at the eyes. You're looking on this beautiful blank canvas and this beautiful dark smoky eye. Right now with her, I'm using our sheer focus and I'm using medium. And since her skin is so perfect, I'm actually doing a little insider trick. I'm using our concealer brush and I'm just feathering it through areas that she needs a little coverage. I don't want to cover her natural skin. I have a theory when it comes to skin. Skin should show through foundation. It should never be covered. If you have beautiful skin, if you have, a little blemish here or there, the less foundation, the better. I think that with the technology and innovation, especially with Smashbox Foundation, you don't need to wear a mask anymore. Foundation's a wardrobe. Some days you want less coverage, some days you want to look really natural, and go to the grocery store, you wear tinted moisturizer. Some days you want a little extra coverage, so you move into high def, or you look a little more polished. And some days you really feel like you need the coverage, so you move into camera ready full coverage foundation. So we're going to do a peachy blush, and it's going to be a nice slight contour. And so I'm using our blush brush in Bear. And Bear is a beautiful color. It looks like there's not much pigment to it. I'm taking our brush number 16, which is kind of flat and beveled. If you notice, a lot of our powder or blush brushes are flat. And I'm going to hit her right here on her contour. And all I'm looking to do is create a little depth and dimension to her face and not over blush her. Now we're going to do a nude lip. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Captivating Photo Finish Lipstick. And I'm just going to lightly brush it on with the number 6 brush. It's like the perfect nude. And that's a look.